over 100,000 years ago, an alien called a Forerunner went at war with ancient humanity, and later but a Forerunner have win a war lasting for 1,000 years. Later, after the war, most humans either take their own life or get executed, painful execution from a Forerunner. 4 billion of Forerunners have died during the 1,000-year war between the Forerunner and humanity, and the Forerunner only fighting them because humanity were taking over their territory, and two, because humans threatened what they call a mantle, a Forerunner religion slash democracy or society based faith, religion, cult, and true belief, and their system and reason why there be like a galactic police and government and UN in one, basically. Anyway, they find out a reason why a human was going into their territory. They wasn't going in to pick on the fight. They're going in to survive, to buy breathing room. A reason why humans were one because a virus they found on the ancient ship a few hundred or a few thousand years ago. The virus was in powder form, like powder, like baby powder, in powder form inside the old 8 million-year-old spaceship, alien spaceship. A human man to have an alien dog called a feral, I think. It looked more like a half dark, half wild bunny rabbit, a brown or dark grey one, I think, or roughly. Anyway, for hundred, if not thousand, for thousand generations of feral, the alien dog humanity, ancient humanity used to look after, a man get the dog to eat the powder. Then the dog mutate into a flood, and human and all life form mutate with the dog, and the only reason humans feed the dog them powder because they make a dog more calmer, like a dog version of medicine you give to hyperactive children with behavior problem, really to make them eat vegetable and stop drinking sugary drink and food, really. Anyway, in my opinion. And going back to a Halo in universe, Halo canon, I think. Anyway, after Pharaoh mutated into what we now know as the Flood, the powder is from an ancient creature called a Precursor. A Precursor basically a god in the Halo universe who managed to make all hyper-intelligent and normal life form like dog or cat and make hyper-intelligent life form like a committed one, like a grunt, a brute, a jackal, a young male, or what you call a jackal in Halo, and an elite, the most popular bad guy in Halo, and a Forerunner, another bad guy, but mainly a good guy for most of their deity, most of their power, or anyway. Later, a precursor or powder a human feet their dog called Pharaoh and later mutate into human and other life form, man to turn them all into flood. And the flood is a parasite and a virus and affected in one and a hyper intelligent being if it's taken up biomass. It grows self-constantly, and more memory from people take more self-content to grow, and more body take, dead or alive, if it's alien or human, animal, insect, whatever. We're all equally the target for a flood, and a flood can take physical and mental biomass and even build like a spirit or a soul, you may call. eventually a flood managed to take over, and the flood attempted to take over, and then he did, or for a while it did take over Galaxy. And let me read it. The flood is half human and half alien, super self-aware and alive, life form. Get it power by taking dead or alive human or life. Did what the flood looked like, or a grave mine or key mine? Did what the like the key mine look like? A flood brain and like a wireless computer, how a internet computer, like from Google or from DARPA or from Intel or from anywhere, including Google and so on, man, can give wireless update to your tablet, multi smartphone or even laptop update to protect it from wirelessly through internet multi, and how internet multi wireless then have wire on it nowadays. A flood even crossed hundreds of thousands light year away if it want to or need to, can talk to its flood minion or other proto-grave mine like baby version of a key mine. And a teenager flood, it's really a grave mine who haven't developed into a key mine yet, or not that far really. An alien or human body to grow in a biomat, and a mind grow the same way. A flood can take over your memory, your experience and personality if it wants to. A flood would not stop till a whole galaxy is taken over, or even the universe. But the Forerunner alien built a wall named Halo in a wind wall. Did what the Halo looked like. I know I'm not good at drawing, but I bet I can. A Forerunner at third, during their war with the Flood, managed to build 12 Halo. Then the Flood, who managed to corrupt a Forerunner and a galaxy most advanced and most powerful AI a galaxy ever known since the Precursor. Remember them alien talk about earlier? Anyway, they managed to destroy 11 of them win, and the 12th one managed to get away, what we later called Zeta Halo, and most likely will be in Halo 6 coming in 2021 if we survive that long. Anyway, a flood went outside the galaxy so to be safe from the galaxy, no, from a halo. Don't wait for 1 second. I meant to why the flood. Some flood could have used Agent 411 spaceship or used Agent human spaceship who managed to survive a 411 human war or haven't been discovered by 411 or surviving human, or Agent Precursor spaceship. Before a flood could get some of its flood floated outside the galaxy, even to nearby star system and out the range of all of the Halo wind before firing. The flood could even easily survive, in my opinion, but it's not my opinion. Anyway, I meant to also say I did it one of a flood playbook in my mind. A flood could take some of its people into galaxy like part Bofona, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it right. Into a galaxy precursor hide over 10 million years before a main Halo universe we know about, and the flood could hide there till after a Halo win and come back when hyper-intelligent being build farther than light spaceship and expand across the galaxy. Now in the Halo universe we know about, they got an empire called Accommodate. The alien what used to be allied with ancient humanity even up till near end of a human fall on the war, last over 1,000 years. Yeah, humanity reached to their homeworld and one of the colony planet for Precursor the million years before, over 10 million years before really. Humanity called Part Covona. Not Part Covona mean I can't remember the name, but humanity lived there for over a good few hundred to a few tens of thousands of years, maybe over 100,000 years, around that timeline. Anyway, ancient humanity technology, petty with the help with the Time Hume, an alien who later will take over, will charge the Commodate Empire when they leave their planet after their own civil war on their home planet. Anyway, their man too went at war, and the war lasted even longer than the human Commodate war. A war lasted for over 1 or 2,000 years in the elite homeworld and across the elite colony with the Hume, an alien other can call a prophet, because I don't think I saying that name right. A prophet managed to fight the elite for 1,000 years, man build a Commodate empire, managed to take Jackal as an ally, managed to take other alien race as either ally or slave, and then they managed to be forced into a Commodate really. Their technology even lower than humanity, even at the time when the Commodate was taking over a grand homeworld, humanity is over 100 years than even our timeline, and our technology still way more advanced than the Grand, and that crazy in my mind. A granted less advanced than humanity, even from 100 years from a Commodate taking over and forcing the Grunt to join them. Anyway, then they read up to Halo timeline when they become Tech Tier 3 in the Halo Tech Tier, where Forerunner met the advantage society from an alien race or a hyper-intelligent life form can be. Eventually, a human went at war with the Commodate when the Commodate destroyed one of over 800 planets humanity to colonize and to cover and take over 100 years before human Commodate war. And the Commodate believe human matter did multiple black movie, but really to hide the truth of Forerunner and the Commodate religion mainly may be fake. A Forerunner real, but the religion how it built may have a flaw in it. And rather to tell the truth, humanity rather hide the secret and wipe out humanity or evidence. And for 27 Earth year, nearly 28 years, over 23 billion humans die on hundreds of Earth-like planets, hundreds or if not thousands of light years from each other, till we reach up to Earth in Halo 2. You may remember for if you're a Halo player, even if you play for fun and might not even like a Halo game and need play or know some detail, some information about it, you agree on me. Then the war were over in Halo 3. If you play Halo 3, with Master Chip and an artificial AI called Cortana, who self-conducted Nenny alive like a real human Nenny, well, Nenny up to human self-concept level of being alive, like how an animal life can move and have its own self-concept thought, the artificial intelligence would be alive by 2552 or if not before really. Anyway, an AI and Master Chief and an ally what used to be an enemy now ally called Orbiter managed to escape a letter arc and Alpha Halo 2.0 or Alpha Halo B, who managed to fire and destroy itself and damage the arc even more than when the arc fired 100,000 years before. But But the city, alien city-type massive dreadnought spaceship, 100-mile big, what they call a protoplanet, to crash into Ark, affected with the flood, that parasite we talked about a few minutes ago, attempt to take over, but Master Chief and Cortana kill most of them, and some survive. You know that if you play Halo War 2, and there's something called Halo War 1, about city at the start of a human comedic war or campaign. Anyway, and then he finished. Anyway, when they read up to Halo Infinite, I couldn't skip past Halo 4 and 5, I started to feel tired.